car feels like it's wandering a little bit. So we just drove down the road with the rack and pinion bolts loose. Next day, dry chassis on the car. Let's go ahead and put the car back together and take it for a spin. So right off the bat, last night when I was running it through the gears, I noticed we are low on fuel. Now, what you saw was probably just over an eighth. What I see is a gentle ride to the gas station or the fuel slosh of an eighth of a tank is going to shut the car down in the middle of the road. So let's get these guys bolted back on the car. Got the tips on. And remember, boys, just the tip, but I also changed the length so it would be a little bit more even. So I know I need to tie down the battery, but you know what, real quick, let's go get the brake clean, clean all that soot off. Made a mess, but that's a little better. So, a couple things. I still hear some sort of exhaust flutter after going through and replacing the headers. There's still an exhaust flutter. Now, it did just kind of get warmed up and used on, so I know I got to go back and torque them all down again. But there's also a new one which came from me installing the new V-bands. The new V-bands kind of have a flutter because they're not perfectly seated down. So now I'm kind of like second guessing where I probably should have gotten something like a ball and socket kind of fitting. That probably would have been a smarter choice in a exhaust connection. So, kind of thinking about that now. I really don't want to take this head off. I don't know, maybe I can cut them off and weld one in place. So, anyways, car feels like it's wandering a little bit. The steering, like I gotta kind of, like the steering takes a little bit of work to keep it straight. So, I'll have to go investigate that. I just got out. The steering rack is loose. So let's try and tighten that up and go back home. Alright. Let's gently get home. Because the nut and bolt, it's a nylon lock nut, which, lucky for me, will hold on a little bit kind of loose. We're going to need to take it easy. Small steering inputs. Stress it. So we just drove down the road with the rack and pinion bolts loose. Perfect. Practically all the way loose. The steering feels so much more stable now. It feels like it's back to feel itself. Let's go ahead now and go get a good rip, and let's get a feel of kind of what the drive line feels like. And we'll see if there's any changes, any additional changes that are needed. Alright, today was an exciting one because not only did we get to drive the Mustang, we also played chicken with death for a little bit. You know, gave him a little bit of a tease, but mitigated any type of risk. So basically, finished installing the exhaust, drove around, got gas because the tank was absolutely empty, finding out that the rack and pinion was loose, and I tightened it up. Then went out and really did a proper shakedown of the car, and it feels like $1,000,000. I'm not 100% satisfied with the exhaust because there still is some kind of leak, rattle thing happening after the car's warmed up, but I can live with it. The car pulls strong, feels great. Driveline feels smooth as glass. I'm super happy with how things turned out. And along with that, now we can proceed to doing some more testing and more tuning and improvements. Give me a like, comment down below, and if you're new here, why don't you think about subscribing, and I will see you guys later.